Now improve your English by answering an interesting question. If you want to get stronger, it's important to practice. Hi, I'm Eric. Let's do some more speaking practice. Are you ready? Once again, today's question asks you to think about a topic that's related to student life. But it's a part of student life that's not really thought about too often. How should you spend your summer vacation? Something a lot of students have to do, even if they don't like it very much, is work. Work isn't always fun, especially during the summer months, but some jobs are more interesting than others. Maybe you've been practicing and watching a lot of the previous videos, but no matter how much you do practice, you can always get better. You can always experience new ideas. You have to practice to do that. So, let's practice. Are you ready? Speaking practice number 24. Today's question. As a member of the student body, you have the opportunity to choose one of the following community volunteer work activities to do in the summer. Which one will you choose? 1. Library front desk / receptionist. 2. Technician. Or 3. Paint a wall in the neighborhood. Once again, we see a question that asks you to choose one of several options. Although I'm not sure what technician means exactly, I can imagine that you would help people fix their computers, or something like that, something related to technology. Although it's not necessary to understand the question, you may be wondering what the student body is. I think around the world, most schools have student governments. Maybe you can join this group of students, and together you would help plan and organize events. This could be called student council, or in some schools in the U.S., student body. At my high school, we called it ASB, which means Associated Student Body. Whatever you call it, it's the same thing. It's a kind of student government, or an organization for student leaders. And if you see this kind of question on the TOEFL, it's an independent speaking question. You have to explain which option you would choose, and you have only 15 seconds to prepare your answer. Then, you have to speak for 45 seconds, giving details and examples, explaining your ideas as clearly as possible in that time. Want to try? Now is your chance to practice, if you haven't already. Take a little time to think about what you would say to answer this question, and then, when you're ready, let's take a look. Example answer. If I could choose one of these activities, I would paint a wall in the neighborhood, because I imagine that I could work outside in the fresh air and show people I'm talented. Summer is the time to be active and enjoy the sunshine, so it would be a shame just to stay inside. Also, summer is the season to make memories that last a lifetime, and painting a wall is a unique and creative activity that I'm sure to remember forever. Furthermore, when we finish the work, we'll feel the satisfaction of making a permanent and significant impression on the community. I could paint scenes that show important moments in our town's history. Then, after finishing, I could tell my neighbors that I painted the wall. Perhaps the newspaper would make a report about it and mention my name. So, that was my model answer. I hope it gave you some good ideas. I wonder how many people would agree with me and actually prefer to work outside during the summer. It may depend on where you come from. Actually, My hometown is really hot during the summertime, but I have a lot of good memories of playing outside, and I like painting. I like doing creative things. But like I said before, it doesn't matter which option you choose. You just have to explain it well, in a well-organized way, and with plenty of details. Actually, including plenty of details in your answer is really hard. It takes a lot of practice and experience to do it well. Too many of the speeches I read from students are too general. They don't include enough clear details. And when I read them or listen to them, I can't really imagine what the speaker is trying to say. So, today, let's look at how to include clear details in your speech. Are you ready? Include specific details. When you make your speeches or write your essays, it's important to make sure the listener gets a clear idea of what you're talking about. So it's very important to use your imagination. I'll show you how to do this. First of all, in this speech, you might decide that you could paint a wall, but this sentence by itself lacks imagination. It doesn't have any details. So think about it a little. What would you paint on the wall? In my speech, I said, I could paint scenes that show important moments in our town's history. Now I'm using imagination, and I've included a nice specific detail. Then again, you might say something like, after finishing, I could show people what I did. But once again, it's not really specific. For example, who would you like to show it to? After finishing, I could tell my neighbors that I painted the wall. That's more specific, and it's good use of imagination. You could also say something like, then I might become a little famous. This seems like it may be a good use of imagination, but it's still not very specific. It still lacks details. How would you become famous? Thinking about it, you might say, then the newspaper would make an article about it and mention my name. Now that's a really good use of imagination. I said all of these sentences in my speech, which is good, but no speech is ever perfect. And I included some general sentences also. Let's take a look and see if we can improve them. At one point I said, summer is the time to be active and enjoy the sunshine. This is a general sentence. I was trying, but I just didn't get many specific details into this sentence. Using imagination, I could ask myself, how do you enjoy the sunshine? Well, for example, summer is the time to play baseball in the park or go swimming at the beach. Now I've used my imagination, and this is more specific. It creates a better image in the listener's mind. Next, I also said this. It would be a shame just to stay inside. This is a very general sentence. Let's see. Maybe I could ask myself, what would I do when I stay inside? Well, when people stay inside all day, it would be a shame just to stay inside playing video games or watching TV. Using imagination, we can get more specific details. Remember, the TOEFL test makers want you to include many details, so it's important to think about who, when, where, why, how, and what. Key words. Today's topic asked you to choose a volunteer work activity. The first word is a shame. A shame is an unlucky or unhappy result, something you wish didn't happen. When something bad happens to your friend, you can tell them you understand how they feel by saying, "That's a shame." Number 2 is satisfaction. Hopefully this word is easy. It just means a happy feeling of fullness, feeling good after finishing something successfully. You could also say that you feel satisfaction after finishing a large meal of a lot of delicious food. Number 3 is permanent. Permanent means something that lasts forever, something that never ends. Many things in the world change. Over the years, new creatures come and go. New people come and go. But some things never seem to change. They seem to be really permanent. Finally, I'll talk about significant. Significant means important. Something that's significant has a large impact. Don't ask your teacher if something is important because everything your teacher says is significant. Anyway, it could always be on the test. Next question. Do you think it's important for parents to teach their kids how to manage money? Use reasons and specific examples to support your opinion. Now it's your turn to practice. It may feel like a lot of hard work right now, but after you've finished, you'll look back with a sense of satisfaction and have a lifetime of memories to make you smile. Okay, so I hope that when you see my example answers and look at these short presentations, you get some good ideas. And now you may understand a little bit more about including specific examples and details. If you keep practicing and keep watching, you're going to get a lot better. Improving your English requires motivation, and only you can say how motivated you are. Also, I know that many of you have different thoughts and ideas about answering these questions. If you have a good idea, please leave a comment below. I'm sure that it will start an interesting conversation, and it may be very helpful to the other learners who are practicing hard like you. And please push the like button below this video and subscribe to my channel if you think it's interesting or helpful. And don't forget to watch the next one too. If you're looking for good English practice, there's a lot more coming. I'll see you next time. Thank you.